Visited one of the country's unemployment black spots to launch a new award scheme to help bridge the skills gap.
Prince Andrew's visit to the West Midlands comes at a time when nearly 260,000 people are out of work in our region, with 42,000 of those aged between 18 and 24. He spent the day in Walsall, where he urged business leaders to offer more support to youngsters hoping to be the next generation of engineers and scientists. There's flash photography in Giles Latcham's report.
It's education, but not as we know it. The Duke of York's a big supporter of vocational training. Less studying books, more hands-on doing.
That's all built by you.
And that's what he came to see at Walsall. First up, a wave machine made out of jelly beans.
He really enjoyed it. I know he does a lot of flying, and that's a lot to do with waves as well.
Were you nervous?
Yes.
It's covering all the sciences, is it?
We try to promote good technical education for youngsters, and that's what we're all about. We're all about getting a good technical qualification that's good for employers, and with the economy like it is now, this is what we need.
This is one of two university technical colleges in the Midlands. The other's the JCB Academy in Staffordshire.
I first came to Walsall 6 years ago.
They're the brainchild of a former Tory education secretary who says we're playing catch-up, trying to grow a generation of engineers with the skills employers need.
These are all about the skills gap. We're going to train youngsters, girls as well as boys, to fill that gap. And we've got a huge skills gap wherever you turn.
The Duke met members of an after-school club who've built their own battery-operated cars, as well as the college's own racing team, maintaining and riding their own superbike. It's not simply about having fun here. They've made this. This is a foot peg for the bike that they've been maintaining. Fits in down there, you can see where it would go. That's been designed by the students here, and now they're looking to put it into production. Following on from the Duke of Edinburgh scheme, today saw the launch of the Duke of York's own awards for technical education.
They're actually doing something that's part of their course that can be accredited in the bronze, silver and gold form. And what better to achieve an award and go to the palace to be awarded something really significant.
Some argue 14 is too young to concentrate on vocational training, but the coalition is backing these colleges, and another's planned for Warwick. Giles Latcham, BBC Midlands Today, Walsall.
Well, after he'd launched the awards, I sat down with the Duke of York and began by asking him why he decided to put his name to the scheme.
If we want young people to be recognised for what they've achieved in education, then I think it's important that they should be recognised for something that's going to be useful not only to them but also to the country. And I believe that a technical education is something that's actually very important to us as a country, but also for young people. We're going to need hundreds of thousands of these sorts of technically engineering based qualifications over the next, five years.
What has been your impression of what you've seen here at the college today?
I'm really impressed with the way that the students, not only, and in fact it's not just the students, it's the parents as well. The parents have seen that actually here's a method of education that is going to give their young son or daughter the advantage and the step up that they're going to need. I've seen a lot of young people today who are re-inspired by what they've seen.
I'm glad you mentioned the word inspiration, because yesterday we all sat at home and we were inspired by what Andy Murray did on the tennis court. We need young people to be inspired. When it comes to technical education, does that where local companies come in? Do you need them to be part of your awards to really get the inspirational figures in our local communities and businesses?
To some extent, many businesses have to get over that fear of heading in the youth direction. And certainly there were a couple of businesses I've spoken to this morning who have come down to the UTC level rather than to further education colleges, come down to the UTC and looked and seen, oh wow, we can influence how young people not only apply their education, but also we can add to their education.
But will having a Duke of York award for technical education really help young people get a job?
If, as a result of its reputation, businesses will look at somebody's CV and say, oh, you got a Duke of York's award in technical engineering, and that is of value to business, that is of more importance to me than just saying, is it going to give them a job? It's got to stand up on its own 2 feet.
Your Royal Highness, thank you very much for talking to us on Midlands Today.
Not at all. Delighted.
Coming up later in the programme,